going to give the people a few minutes to go online with us.
Yes.
We're at the Barok Cafe on 129th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. I am at Love Coach Dani A on Instagram and Twitter. I am here with the amazing author, William Ashanti Hobbs,
AKA Big Daddy T-Bone Love Steak. Street name.
That's fair. That's fair, though. It's fair, and it's authentic to you.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing.
Please believe it.
We're here to have a very good conversation over some tea. Once again, we're at the Barok Cafe on 129th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. If you're in the area, be sure to check it out. But we're going to have a very intense conversation about this book right here, Ultimus Primed. We're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about penile.
Whatever that means.
We're going to have a conversation about the dating scene. And I want to know, how autobiographical is Ultimus Primed? So again, I'm at Love Coach Dani A. Everyone who's joining us in on this Facebook Live, welcome. We are at the Barok Cafe in Miami, Florida, and we're getting ready to have a talk about Ultimus Primed. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, you can go online to Amazon.com and purchase your your copy. So we're getting ready to get started. We're going to talk for about 15 minutes, and I am going to grill William, and then I'm going to grill Darius. So, William, for you, what would it take for you to believe in love again? Why gotta be me? Yes, I can tell that in this book, there are moments where it is autobiographical, and I feel that you don't believe in love. Do you?
Of course I do. Yeah. I do.
Hey, Simone Kelly.
Yeah.
I know it's sideways. We have to leave it that way so that we can both be on screen. But turn your phone, and that way it'll be more convenient for you.
Will this work?
Nope.
That won't work. Let's see.
So you do believe in love?
I did all to throw off. Okay. Yes, love is complicated though.
Why does it have to be complicated for you?
Because it seems like it's a woman's game. Relationships are a woman's game. A man's job is just to keep her from getting into a temper tantrum.
So for you, relationships are a woman's game, and men's job is to solely keep her from getting upset?
It seems like that's the case. I know that there's more to relationships, but a lot of times the way relationships are portrayed, the way men are put on the spot, you watch talk shows or whatever, it's always the woman complaining about something a man is doing, as if women are perfect just by gender, just naturally. And men wind up being put on the defensive all the time.
Well, I don't want to brag, but we are the more superior species. And we're just basing this on facts alone. We can run the numbers, but women are better. I mean, we bring home the bacon, we fry it up, we give birth to the kids, we get back to the grind. I mean, but why is it because the women are so phenomenal that you don't believe in love?
Because in many cases, the women don't recognize how we're phenomenal. It's like, it's an either or thing. I think the ultimate is for both people to recognize, hey, I'm happy to find you. Yes, I'm happy to find you. As opposed to like right now, baby, I'm happy to find, of course, that's what I thought. You better, because if not, I'm settling. I'm like, come on now.
So you don't think women appreciate men, and because there's no appreciation, you don't believe in love?
A lot of women don't appreciate men. A lot of women don't recognize that they too have things to work on as well. I think there needs to be more appreciation across the board. In fact, I would say that if people got into relationships focusing on what they could give as opposed to what they can get out of it, a lot of this would clear up.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now, in the book, Ultimus Primed, we meet the character Darius. I hate Darius. As a relationship coach, I would tell my clients to never date Darius. If you see Darius walking down the street, turn around and walk the other way.
Come on now.
Because Darius is a little broken. Let's be honest. Darius he's a little tainted. What would it take for Darius to believe in love again? For him as a character to believe in love again?
I've always been told that if a man is mad at all women, he's mad at one woman.
Wow. And then who is that?
It's definitely someone in his past, and it's a situation where I don't think he can really get closure because she's so far removed from it.
Wow. Is that a cliffhanger for the second book? Because I'm really ready to see what happens.
There is a second book coming, I'll say that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. So what happens to a guy like Darius? He was hurt by whomever the woman was, and she's no longer in his life. How does he begin to believe in love again?
I believe that is the general evolution, for lack of a better word, of most guys. I can look at my situation where, my parents divorced. I was with my mom for most of my time, so I heard her side of the story a lot.
Okay.
So therefore, you listen, you think, okay, well, whatever he did, I don't want to be like that. I'm going to be a good guy. I'm not going to be like that. And every nice gesture I gave to a woman, they looked at me like I was an idiot. It was exactly what she told me to do every single time. And for most guys, all it takes is that one to really smash your soul up into your armpit.
And then you are no longer that guy.
But then, this is the thing. I believe men would be able to rebound from that and to grow if they came across somebody who could accept them with that same genuine giving. But they wind up being jerks, and it draws every woman in sight. So it's like, what do I do?
What do you do?
What do I do?
So, okay, once again, I want to check in with people who are watching us live. I'm relationship coach Dani A. I'm sitting here with William Ashanti Hobbs, and we're talking about Ultimus Primed, a book that I went through several emotions about. I'm not gonna lie. I became that angry black woman because Darius was so infuriating. And it's funny how earlier, if you're just joining in, you said that relationships are a game for women. I felt for Darius, he used the thought of love, the thought of marriage, the thought of commitment, the thought of all those things as a way to manipulate women to do what he wanted. He even used orgasm and that spiritual experience.
Okay, here we go.
To manipulate women. And that's why I don't like him as a person. He's a bad person.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Okay, well first for those who don't know, this is the premise of Ultimus Primed. Darius James is a womanizing divorce attorney here in Miami. True indeed. But he gets his comeuppance by contracting a medical disorder that limits him to only 100 more orgasms for the rest of his life. You gotta love that, ladies.
Right. But listen, instead of making, and I don't want to give too much of the book away.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much of the book away.
All right.
But instead of making the most of the conversation, the situation, and kind of finding that one woman and building a life with her, he's spending orgasms like it's food stamps. Like he's giving it away at an exponential rate. He's already down to a large number of orgasms quickly. That's not how. And then for a guy like Darius, my question is, what is the incentive for being committed to one woman when it seems like as a womanizer, he's more glorified and he's more respected? All the men in the book respected him because, hi Brittany Henderson, how
What's
are
up, Britt?
you? We can't rotate the camera. If we do, you won't be able to see us. I apologize.
And it's a shame because you're missing my blazer. I got this lavender blazer.
It's a nasty
It's
piece of
doing
lavender
the most.
blazer. It
It's
really is.
doing the most.
It's giving you breakfast at Tiffany's in the 60s. It really is. Thank you so much. What's the incentive? Let's hurry up. We only have 5 more minutes left. So what's the incentive for a man who womanizes to be committed to one woman when it seems like the thread, the narrative in this book is that you're more respected if you are a gigolo?
I would have to say, in addition to men respecting them, women respect the idea of being the one to tame him. Okay, she didn't do it, but I got something for that.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that men are promiscuous because women like the idea?
Oh no, not because. That's just something that seems to happen. You could see the same thing happening where somebody wasn't paying you any attention, but as soon as you got somebody, here they come grinning.
The back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they're all on me narrative that I believe Mike Jones brought to the forefront of many conversations.
Absolutely.
So
It's the same thing with that, but I would have to say one of the main reasons that any gigolo, think of Morris Day, gigolos get lonely too. The idea is, it just becomes a nut. You wind up just masturbating in another body. You really don't know them. You know.
Wait. Sorry, you need to repeat that again. You just begin to do what again?
Masturbate in another person's body.
Masturbate in another person's body. Now we have a lot of women who are tuned in, who may be single, they may be taken. I'm relationship coach Dani A. Hi, how are you?
She is.
Nice to meet you. How do you, and my edges are completely snatched back with that statement, but how do you avoid being the woman that you're just another body for me to masturbate to? How do you not become a part of that rhetoric?
It's really timing, because a lot of women like to think I'm the one that can change him, but you could be a dime. If you come across somebody who's immature, they just won't recognize what you have.
So it's the woman's fault.
No. It's a combination of, she has to be able to say, okay, this is what I require, and the timing has to be right.
In his life.
Exactly.
So even if she says to him, this is what I require, if he's not ready for it, it's not going to happen.
But at the same time, if she says that this is what I require and he's not ready, it forces him to have to wait until he is.
In the meantime, what happens to that woman?
She might upgrade. Somebody may come along who's ready.
But just because he's ready doesn't mean that he's right.
It's true. Such a
Just
complicated-
because he's ready does not mean that he's right. People, we are here giving you for free on a Monday
What?
because we can. So moving a little bit forward, we meet different types of women in the book. In the book, Ultimus Primed, don't forget you can get it on Amazon.com. It seems like each of these women had a very distinct personality. Was there a reason behind that? Were you trying to show different women who come across the womanizer how you appear to him? Or was that just autobiographical?
It's autobiographical stuff.
Sip tea slowly.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Kermit. What I found is my aunt, she is a lawyer, and she did a lot of divorce cases, quite a few years back. And I remember just sitting in her office and seeing some of the people come in, male and female, and you could tell they were just raw. Any little thing they're jumping off, they're jittery. I'm like, look at how vulnerable all these people are. And so I remember somebody saying something like, some guy, you a piece of dirt, you would get with a grieving widow right after the funeral. So the idea is, there has to be, or should be, some instances where even though somebody's vulnerable, they should be off limits. There should be some code in you that says, ooh wee, but
Yeah. Not right now.
No, that ain't right. It ain't right. So for him to be a divorce attorney, and because of his stroke skills,
Yes.
the actual firm says, you know what, we're going to give you this client, and we want you to do a little something for her. And he goes along with it. It shows how his morals and his code and everything just get convoluted.
Now that leads right into my next question perfectly. Are his morals and ethics convoluted because of who he is or what has happened to him?
What has happened to him has created who he is.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. And because of that, I go so far as to say, Darius practices a exercise regimen called stroke skills. This is a exercise program that is based off of planks. Most everybody knows what a plank is. You're on your elbows and your toes, you're working your core. This particular exercise program has you doing different dances and things of that African and all the above while you're in a plank position. And they discovered that it has some very interesting results when someone you like is underneath you. With him having, which this is a real exercise program, with him having mastered this, it appears that he is, one, trying to show his true affection and trying to show his mastery of women through the execution of his stroke skills, as if to say, I'm going to make you come. I'm going to make you come again, just so you know who I am. And you can never say I was a jerk because I did you right. Most guys just pound you and leave. So you can never truly damn me in the end of all this.
Wow. I am completely speechless. I had a great question after that, and I did not know the exercise regimen was actually real.
Oh, yes.
So pray tell, for those viewers at home, how could they begin to research how to get in contact with the exercise regimen? Is there a gym? Is it an international association? How can we begin to tap into this next level of organizing? And that
It is, there's a Facebook called Stroke Skills Elite. And for the women who are concerned, I really don't know why. There's a sister organization called STF, meaning Soul Tight Fitness. But I really don't focus on them because I figure I've heard all of these complaints all through the years of women not being pleased. So we need to start a movement, brothers. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I can stand behind that. That is something that I can become a part of. And as a matter of fact, if there's any way that I can exist, I'm married, happily married. Okay, I just want to make sure that's very clear. But if there's any kind of sponsorship or anything, I'm letting about this. That's the thing. No, women have never experienced orgasm. That's a big number. That's a big number. So, okay, so moving forward, and we're getting ready to close out. We only have 1 minute left, okay? It's been 20 minutes. I think this is an amazing book. I went through so many emotions reading it. Once again, it's Ultimus Primed. You can get it on Amazon.com. Written by the incomparable Professor William Hobbs. We left Darius at a cliffhanger. I'm not going to say what happened, but it's the ultimate cliffhanger. Where does somebody like Darius go next? Someone who's a womanizer, he has commitment issues. He has serious commitment issues. Where does he go next?
I would have to say that in writing this story, I kind of thought of two interviews. One, Boomerang. If you think about it, Boomerang was just a player to play. have to hit rock bottom in order to come to grips on how they have to change. People say the best thing to change is we have to. I'm going to try this a little bit. You understand? And I heard this particular saying by Kirk Franklin. He was saying you cannot skip the ingredients of the recipe that is you. You can't open an egg and just, suck it down raw and that's the end of it, and get some flour and throw it in your mouth. You have to have enough rejection, enough despair, enough disappointment, enough revelation, and you put it together, and then you have the cake.
That is you.
That is you.
So is there more for Darius?
Yes, Lord. The cake is just getting put in the oven.
Wow. Wow. You guys, thank you so much. It's been 20 minutes. I know it's been a short amount of time, but we had an amazing time with you. Thank you everyone who joined us. Once again, I'm relationship coach Dani A. Now, if you had fun watching us sip tea at the Barok Cafe in North Miami, then the first week of June, we're going to have a live event at Florida Memorial University. Right. We want you to join us because it's going to be a boy versus girl conversation. And
we're going to win for once.
No, you're not. Because I want to understand why it's okay for a guy like Darius to be a womanizer or a player, and he's factor. But if a woman was a womanizer, she calls a hoe.
No. She'd be interested because she would allow it. If a woman was a womanizer, hey, you heard what she said. She's so godly.
Now, a woman gets with a lot of men. She's considered, tainted. She's considered used. Why is that okay?
She's considered affectionate and charitable.
And that question that I have the next time that we get together is, why is the dating scene so dramatic? And why are good girls always looked over for the exact women men say that they don't want?
What's she talking about, y'all?
And even more, how is it that and move on and probably forever has how do you avoid to be great? You have your stuff, you're looking for a partner.
Well, the first thing to do would be to
join us in June.
So like this, but we'll get to that later.
You guys, and this was real fun.